Hello everybody, Philip Lozano here. This is my video response for P555, Unit 7, Commercialized Sport. Remunerating athletes. So question number one asks, should athletes be paid? And I believe so. What are the positives? Over the course of history, we had many incidents where we've had a few athletes who have been involved in some scandals, such as point shaving and betting, things of that nature. So I think providing them with some type of stipend. I know some schools provide stipends. Um, from my personal experience, I had a cousin who played for a Division One football team in the Pac-12, and although he did have a full ride, um, what he was given really wasn't enough for him. He was sometimes he was really struggling with the amount of money or stipend that he was given for a month. There was times where my uncle would have to send him money, or we would just try to help him out in any way we can because the life of a Division One athlete was very difficult. It was one that involved early practices, and then a full schedule of school, and then more practices, and then film, meetings, and then study hall. And by that time, you're already extremely tired. And some of the negatives, the text talked about the loss of value of sport within the last few decades. Originally, athletics programs and PE programs were embedded together, and over time, people realized that they could begin to make money off athletics programs, so they went their own ways. So I think just the loss of value in just an education um, is really a negative for sports, at least at the Division One level, where you have the majority of athletes who are hoping to get into the football league or get into the draft, be invited to the draft. So that places an emphasis on making money instead of continuing their education and finishing their degree. Question number three is how would colleges regulate it? And I think just being transparent about how much each athlete is getting. I think one specific stipend for all would be reasonable, even though you have your all-star athletes who are doing extremely well. If they're that good, eventually they will make more money at the next level. And that's my belief. Should all athletes on the team be paid? As I mentioned in question number three, I think if a stipend for all athletes that's equal is the same, I think that'll eliminate any types of issues. Probably the biggest issue would be for the all-star athlete who believes that they are worth more money or bring in more revenue to the school. So I could see how that may become an issue. And then the next section asks, Knights Commission on Interscholastic Athletics. Question number one asks, what did you learn about the website? And I learned that it's primarily a third party that was developed in the past few decades. Why? Because there was a few series of issues involved in college athletics, as point shaving and cheating and the recruiting process and things of that nature. And then question number two asks, what did you find intriguing and valuable to you and your interaction with sport? I think just in general, part of the chapter was pretty interesting. I always had an idea that colleges did make money, but I never thought about the expenses that the athletics programs have to consider when traveling to big schools and things of that nature. I know personally, I had a friend who played for Fresno, and even though that they went to the Coliseum, they knew they weren't going to do really well. They were paid really well to go to that game, from the revenue, from the ticket sales, things of that nature. So they were really well off, and that's a reason why they would do it. And I know other teams usually play a Division One program or a Division One program. You have your Alabama, who usually takes on an opponent who isn't at the same caliber, but the reason why they want to participate is for that revenue for their program. without that revenue, they wouldn't be able to really do much with their programs. As the text mentioned, whatever the schools make is truly not enough. They truly depend on boosters and donators, and most of the donators or the boosters didn't even attend the college, so that was pretty interesting too. Um, Personally, and specifically what I found intriguing was the amount of um, applicants that a school receives once a football program wins a national title. They use the example of Ohio State and how the president realized that there were more applicants applying the next year. There was more individuals attending the games. There was more sponsors wanting to be involved with the school and things of that nature. So that is my video response for Unit 7, P555. I hope everybody's having a good week, and I hope to see everybody's perspective on whether or not athletes should be paid.